Well, hello there, YouTube. Jack here with my first episode in my series of Latin. I am going to be using, for my reference, the Latin 1, Latin for the New Millennium, Level 1 student text, as you can see by the picture above. But today's going to be a small little lesson about the Latin alphabet and what's in it, what's missing, and so forth. So, the Latin alphabet, as you can see there, was derived from the Etruscan alphabet, which, as you can see, looks pretty strange. And it was derived from it sometime before the 7th century. And they were people in pre-Roman Italy. Now, their alphabet owes much to the Greek alphabet, and so, in turn, the Greek alphabet was derived from the Phoenician alphabet. Phoenician traders had spread their system of writing throughout the Mediterranean region, and that's where everything comes from. And actually, it's considered to be the earliest fully developed alphabetical writing system was by the Phoenicians. So it's pretty cool, actually. So, the English alphabet that we use every day, unless you're watching this video from somewhere else and you don't speak English or write with it, but for sake's purposes, we are going to be saying that you do know the English alphabet. So it is derived directly from the Latin alphabet. There are tons of similarities. There are 26 letters in the English alphabet, but there are only 24 in the Latin. Now the differences is that the letter W is missing from the Latin alphabet. It was they just used V's. They didn't have any W's. No W's. And actually the letter J is actually a more recent invention. It appears more in Latin texts written during the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, as well as more modern Latin texts. It is used to indicate the semi-vowel of I, sometimes the consonantal I, but those are pretty much the only two things that are missing out of the entire Latin alphabet. And just a little hint, the V's in Latin. Let's say vial. You know how you pronounce a V. Well, in Latin, you pronounce them while, like they're kind of like a W kind of sounding. So vial, that would be wat. It kind of sounds like you're talking like weird, but it's how they pronounce V's. So pretty much that is all I have for today for my Latin 1. I talked about, go over a little review here. I talked about the Latin alphabet in this episode. We learned that the Latin alphabet was derived from the Etruscan alphabet, which then came from the Greek alphabet, which then came from the Phoenician alphabet, which is the earliest fully developed alphabetical writing system. We then learned the differences between the Latin and English alphabets. We learned that the Latin alphabet has 24, while the English has 26. The difference is that the Latin does not have a W or a J. The W they just didn't have and pretty much still don't have. But the J is more Renaissance kind of Latin text written and more modern day. And that is pretty much all we have for my first episode of the Latin series. Please rate, comment, subscribe. If you got any questions, ask them. I will answer them either in the comments or I will send you a message. So please ask questions if you are confused about anything or want to know more. Thank you.